A video for Andrew and Mick, not in any particular order, Mick and Andrew if you like, both Canon users, and I take this opportunity to not Canon users I suppose, but unfortunately I can't. Now you've got the R5, very exciting times for you. If I can't keep on switching. I've gone to Sony, to Canon, to Sony, got to stick with Sony now. So I have bought the A1, lots of money, should have bought the R5, which was about £3,000 less and probably a better camera, but there we go. But I do want to tell you about a new camera that I bought, which wasn't a lot of money. It's the Sony A7C, and it is a lightweight compact camera, which I've been looking for a long while now. I've been looking for a camera where you can, I want to digress a little bit. I'm filming this in the kitchen, which is a working kitchen. So to my right, I've got Kate, who's baking her cakes for Easter, and there is going to be some background noise. So we got to share this kitchen. This is a filming studio, well it is today, and also a professional bakehouse. So for a long time I've been looking for a camera where you can put in your pocket and take anywhere. Go around a city, you know, if you're out traveling, that was a long while ago, but if you are, where you could put this camera in your pocket and sort of forget that it was there. But no such thing really exists, so we got to compromise. Now Sony do make a professional compact camera, which not many people know about. It's called the RX1, and there's a Mark II. It's quite a high megapixel picture, sensor, quite full frame, but it's got a fixed lens on it, which is a Zeiss lens, 35mm, bolted to the front. A good combination. They are actually calibrated for one another. A good camera, but expensive, very expensive. Plus you can, if needed, you can operate one of these or put one of these on all your other lenses. So 6 months ago approximately, Sony brought out the A7C, and I thought this might be the answer. So yes, I went ahead and bought it. Grey market again. I'm buying a lot of stuff on the grey market because I'm saving hundreds, and I mean hundreds of pounds. So this is the bag I'm hoping to carry now, and in this bag I've got, and this is what I'm going to explain to you today. So today we're looking at this little thing here. Okay, I meant to have taken that bit off, that comes later on in the video. So this is the camera, okay, for the sake of the other camera. Okay, it's got a retro top, so it doesn't have to be, you can get it all in black. Okay, I've got a nice little strap there, hand strap. Again, what I'm looking to do is to keep the weight down. Incidentally, this video is not scripted, as you can probably tell, so I'm just it's gun and run, as they say. So yes, a nice retro looking camera, okay, as you can see. But if I said it was basic, that would be understating the value of this camera. It's not got all the bells and whistles that we're used to, but the products of this camera are second to none. It's got a 24 new megapixel sensor. There we are. That's the only time you get to see it. Okay. It has got the rear dial here, but not one there. So that is something alien to me. It has got this one, which is a working dial. But it's got one, I think, 1/2 customized buttons. That's just about the one on the delete there. It's got a little tiny viewfinder, electronic viewfinder, which is excellent, and it's been positioned to the left of the camera, which is good because it means I can start using touch focus. The camera I had before where the viewfinder is in the middle or slightly to the right. My nose was touching the screen and then touching the focus to a completely wrong place, and it's a common fault. This sort of eliminates that. Okay, so that's very good. However, I seem to use the viewfinder, the screen more and more, and this screen is good. As you can see nothing. So it flips out, and that's how I've had it the last time I used it. But it can be all the way around, so you can do vlogs. Okay, we're not using it today because we're looking at it, but I shall be using this for vlogs. And you can turn it around, tilt, very good. Even the A1 hasn't got this facility, which is disappointing. It is disappointing, to be quite honest. So we fold that one up. Not a lot else to say about it. Unfortunately, it hasn't got the new menu system in this one. I don't know whether you can see it. So menu, yeah, it's the old-fashioned menu system, which is a great shame. The new Sony menu system is easier, but in saying that, I use the function button. Let's just get rid of the menu. I use the function button, which has got a bottom ability to change all the settings that you probably want, and you can change that to picture and to film. So that's the camera in a nutshell. I'm going to show you throughout this some samples of video and samples of stills, but in the meantime I want to show you what's in my kit bag. So I won't be, even though I can fit this one, I mean this one is nearly 2 kilos, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. In this day and age, I'm looking for a camera that would be the size of an iPhone, and the iPhone is doing a blooming good job. But should we be looking at something about the size of a pack of cards? With all the technology, I mean, it's only inside there is just a sensor, a load of printed circuits and a processor, a computing processor. That could be whittled down to a size of a pack of cards. There's no shadow of a doubt. But then we go and bolt on something like this, glass. That is outdated. I mean, it's not going to be in my lifetime, but we will find, I think in several years' time, you will have a camera the size of a pack of cards. You won't have any lenses. It will be some other sort of form of optic. Why would you want to bolt glass onto the front of some beautiful electronic piece of equipment? I mean, glass is made of sand, rock, silica. Really old-fashioned, so old-fashioned. And I mean, this is relatively a short lens. If you were into sports photography, you'd be using an 800mm or 1000 or 1200mm, and I mean, God knows what they weigh. So Sony brought out a kit lens to go with this one. Now, all of this isn't ideal, but it's the nearest I can get. So in the kit bag today, we have, this is their kit lens. So it is a 28 to 60. It's got a smaller lens front, and obviously the same with the rear. Okay, that bolted onto the camera makes it, if I can get it on there of course, makes it bigger. It's still not heavy. It's heavier than I would like, but it's still not heavy. It's one of these lenses which extends out, and it's got to be moved. It has a focus ring, and I think, yeah, that's about it really for that lens. But it isn't a bad lens, not a bad lens at all. However, that should cover most things. 28 to 60 should cover most things without going into the longer zooms and the likes. I thought I'd like a little bit better lens, really, to be quite honest. So there we go, all these caps, and I don't know what to do with them. So I went online and I looked for another good lens, and Sigma. So this is a Sigma DNDG. No, it's a DG DN. Got my D's the wrong way around. Okay, it's a 35mm fixed lens, and it is a 1.2, so it is a fast lens. Now this one is an absolute cracker, a real cracker. It's got a lens cap as normal, but this is the new lens cap which you can fit as well. Okay, which is magnetic, and I think that's a good idea. Bolted to the camera, it's a little bit bigger than the standard kit lens, but light. Sigma make 3 ranges of lenses. One range is the Art, one is this new DGDN, and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but this one is pristine, believe you me. Okay, so we've got these 3 things in the kit bag at the moment. I like to slow the shutter speed down very often, and in order to do that, obviously we need to lower all our settings, and we need some sort of stability. So I've gone away from L brackets now. I rarely take photographs in the portrait position, and I mean rarely. And if I do, I'm happy with moving the camera. I don't need an L bracket anymore. I've got a collection of L brackets for the cameras that I've had, and they're probably not worth very much at all. I will try to sell them on eBay. So I'm going back to the old, just something like this on the bottom. I think this was one of the ones that came with the straps, so you can actually put that on the strap on there on these holes as well. And then of course we need something to put it to. Now I'm giving up when I'm traveling, unless I'm on photo shoots, I've given up traveling with large tripods. So in here I've got a tripod. It's not a Joby. There is the tripod. So, and it's got its own head on it as well. Little Lenfoto head. Very lightweight. Both come in 2 different parts, so I've ordered them both from Germany. Excellent. Absolutely excellent, and very lightweight. We're going to do a total bag weight later on. And we can extend this to a certain degree as well, so it will go up like that. Okay, and this little thing is completely lightweight, as you can see. So, and we can bolt the camera on there like that. Slide it on, undo it first, and there we are. And I've used it. Again, I will be carrying a remote release, because I invariably use the self timer on 2 seconds, press the shutter, and away we go. So we can bracket with that as well. Okay, so we've got to the tripod. So now we still want to slow the shutter down a little bit more. So are we looking at some leaf filters? I don't think so, not on these. I mean, you know, I don't know. So I looked around, I had a little bit of help from a Sony ambassador called Mark Gaylor, and he sort of recommended using some circular neutral densities. So I've got some circular neutral densities. I had to get 2 sizes because I've got 2 little lenses. So both of these go on there. Now, they're not brilliant, but they do the job, and they do the job very well. If you take them to the extreme, you will get some fringing, but you will see some of the shots I did of some smoothing of water, the sea, and I'm quite happy with them. I think the optics are good, but they're not up to probably the standard of Lee, but extremely light, and they go in the kit bag again. I think that's about it in a nutshell. So all that so far doesn't weigh anything like this. So where are we? Let's just have a look in the kit bag. So we've got a few extras I might include if I'm doing some video, which you will see as well. So the Rode mic system I think is excellent. I did find a flaw in it the other day when road testing. When my back was turned, it started cutting out. It needs line of sight to pick up the sound. And while it's got line of sight, it can be a long way away. It is crystal clear, and I'm very, very pleased with that. I've used it quite a bit, and I think that's where we are at the moment. So we're break off from the shooting at the moment, and then we'll carry on a bit later with doing some weight. So we're back again the next morning. I just thought I'd start by showing you what all the noise was about yesterday in the right hand side of the kitchen, sorry, the filming studio. So you might have heard the clock. This clock I bought in Prague about 20 years ago. Absolutely love it. It's clockwork obviously, but it makes hell of a noise, and we can hear it on the phone when we're phoning one another from around the world almost. So here we go, so let's have a look around. Got some packaging here, and then we have the main girl herself, just the back of her head, and now we're down to the business end. So these are, what are these, Kate?
They're fudgy Easter brownies.
They're fudgy Easter brownies.
Friday bake.
And it doesn't want to, oh it does, so it did want to focus. And usually they go in boxes, but this is a bit of a novel idea because there's so many. They're going in special candy bags with a sticker on, and that's it. So you've seen the sharp end. Now here's the untidy end. This is just a packaging day. So this is the Friday bake, Kate?
Friday bake this week.
Friday bake.
Done with deliveries.
Friday deliveries.
Not done
And
with
Easter will go...
Easter, I'm going to deliver next Good Friday.
Okay.
Mini Seminole cakes.
Seminole cakes. Okay. That's good. I'll just swing you around just so you can see where I was shooting yesterday. So I had the A1, which I'm using now, on the tripod there. Okay. I was sat in that chair there. This light, LED lights, I'm not going to point it directly at it, but I guess I can. So yeah, we've got some, we got two of those, but I only needed one really. And then we're down to the camera end here. And I'm just about to do the totting up of the weighing of it all. Okay. Good. Now you've had a tour of the business end of the kitchen. We're going to conclude. I've got to compete with Russell. That's my friend Russell. You just heard it, the bags. So you've just had the tour of the business end, the baking end. That one goes on all the time, every week. We've got a Friday bake, and then the special occasions and the orders that come in. Kate's doing very well with them. She's making more money than I'm making out of photography, and that's a dead cert. Okay, so I'm just really concluding. I need to do a weigh, so I'm going to weigh all the equipment and the bag and everything that I would probably carry. And this is, don't forget, this is just for travelling, being in cities, going on a bit of a hike, maybe a walk, so I don't have to carry all, 7 kilos of backpack. This is basically what the 7C, the C means compact, well I believe it does, so this is what the concept was all about. Ironically, yesterday Sony brought out 3 new smaller, I'm thinking they're not pancake lenses, but they're smaller lenses, and I would say that they're probably meant for this camera. In fact, they're almost certainly meant for this camera, but they're dear. These Sony lenses, they're all $650 each. I think there's a 25mm, a 40 and a 50. And well, nobody in their right mind, in my view, is going to pay over £1,800 for 3 lenses, especially, you know, just to go onto a smaller camera system. That's about it. I'm breaking off now. I'm actually going over to work for a tasting session with the olives, so we're on a tasting panel to make sure we got it right still. I know you both like them, but we want to keep the high standards up, and so we're always on the game, and we're always trying to improve the flavours of those. And that's about it. So next time you see me will be the next shot where we do the final weigh-in and maybe just a few other words. Now for the most important part, really, it's all about weight. The whole thing is about weight. So I've actually weighed these individually before, so I can actually tell you, but I'm going to go through them one by one. So we've got the camera with the kit lens on, lens cap, and we've got the tripod mount. Okay, that comes to 705 grams. Next we have the spare fixed prime Sigma, and that one weighs in at 356 grams. Next we have, well, we can go for the filter system. The filter system plus the little case is 75 grams. What else have we got in here? So we got the tripod including the head. The tripod with the head is 243 grams. And then optional, I think I probably would put it in for the sake of it, is the Rode Lav mic system. I mean, that's only lightweight anyway. We're looking at 85 grams for that. And then of course you mustn't forget the bag. The bag was difficult to weigh, but it's 612 grams. It's a sort of lightweight Messenger Manfrotto bag. I don't think they would come much sort of lighter than this. In fact, almost zero. So I've added all that up, and that comes to just over 2 kilos. It's 2 kilos and 76 grams to be precise. That's just over what a large 70 to 200mm lens would be. And so I'm happy with that. So instead of carrying around the minimum weight you would carry around in a backpack on a photo shoot, landscape photo shoot, would probably be, I'm sort of guessing really, finger in the air job, probably about 5 kilos, but that would be the minimum. Now, so I'm more than happy with that, and especially with the results I'm getting. In the next video I shall review the Sony A1, so we're swapped places, so the actual A7C will be doing the filming, and you'll see bits and pieces of that anyway, some of the video on this video if I haven't already joined it in. So that's the bag. The bag still seems a little heavy. I don't really know why. Now. We have got a stowaway in the bag. We've got a Manchester United supporter in there. And rule 1 of photography is never carry around a Manchester United supporter. Out you come. Here he is. Now, what is he doing in there? We do not want to be carrying that one around. Okay, we're doing an eye detection test here just to see how the camera reacts. I know my glasses will be dark. I've got a peek over my eyes. I'm just seeing how well they react to eye focus with the standard lens, the kit lens. I'm looking away, quite a distance away. I'm coming up to the camera. I'm about 50 meters away now. Just seeing how well it does with this focus. Okay, we're on our second test now. I've put on the Sony 70-200 zoom lens, and it's at its most magnification. I'm just trying it now to see what sort of focus areas, whether it's picking up my eyes or not. This will be quite interesting. I'm also doing a little bit of a test on the Rode mic system, which I've used before, wireless. I think it's very good. The quality is good. So now we just see what this little camera can do with the focus. I hope I'm in line of sight because it's a longer, narrower lens, of course. I should be. Okay, we're on our next trial with the same lens, but at the other end of the scale, so it's at the 70 end of the 70-200. The other thing difference is that I've got the ISO on auto, which is mainly what I use for video. I seem to think it's good. I can set the shutter, I can set the aperture. The aperture is wide open, by the way, and I think it's wide open because it's a different lens now, but I will check that in a minute. Just seeing how it works with tracking and the right ISO. Hi. Okay, so we're now on the last segment. This is now the last video for today anyway. This is just test. I've got my new Sigma 35mm fixed lens. I think it's about the first fixed lens or prime lens I've ever had. It's a small little thing. First time it's been on the camera. Another grey import. Oh no, actually I think I bought this one from Wex. Yeah, so this one's quite tax legal. So okay, we're just testing it. Again, everything's on manual except for the ISO, which is automatic. I think the f-stop is 5.6 and the shutter is quite high. So we're just going to see how we get on with this one.
I'll do a review.
Bit more information. So as you know, it's the A7C. C stands for compact. It's a 24 megapixel full frame mirrorless. It's got a brand new system, sensor system. It's got a brand new autofocus system. These are the ones that are new generation. It works very well. I think it works very well. I'm very pleased with it. I wouldn't say this camera is a budget option, but it is a much cheaper mirrorless camera, full frame, that you could take anywhere, and I mean that. So for pricing, so we're looking at Wex, which was about £2,000 with the kit lens. This is all with the kit lens. John Lewis would be, well, who would buy at John Lewis, would be 2,150. And on the grey market, now I did wonder overnight whether I should be actually putting this out there that I'm buying things on the grey market. I don't know, you know, we might have got Boris might be looking at this as we speak. So the grey market, I paid 1,430. So we're looking at savings. Against Wex, we're looking at 565, and against John Lewis, we're looking at 720. What else have I left out? I don't think I've left out anything else really. 10 frames per second, which, you know, I mean, years ago we would have bitten your hand off for, especially on digital. So the faster Nikons back in the film day were probably around that area. And that's about it. So it is, I'm afraid, over and out, or you'll be glad to know, over and out.